Now I think we give time to Professor Hugo to present his talk until maybe 1 hour, yeah, and then we move to the discussion after that. Yeah, time is yours.
Okay. Thank you very much. Selamat siang. Nama saya Ryugo Oshima. Terima kasih banyak. Hello everyone. I'm Ryugo Oshima from Chiba University. Thank you very much for the opportunity for my presentation. I'm very happy to be here. Can you hear me? Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm very happy to be here as a presenter. So I want to say thank you to the all audience here, teachers in Indonesia, and the people in Balai Guru Pengerak Province Riau, especially Reski Bestari, Tessa Silvani, Karita Mariani, Ananda Nadia, Saya Putri, Sri Meria. Thank you very much. I'm very happy because I've been to Indonesia many times. Actually, this year, this June, I went to UP for a conference, and I went to Bali Island this October with my family, and they are really happy there. And my kids say "Selamat pagi" in the morning. And then they asked me, should I say Selamat siang or Selamat malam? I replied, should be Selamat malam already. We talked about that. So we are very familiar with Indonesia. So now maybe you know how happy I am. Thank you. So let's share the slide. Okay. Today I'm going to talk about science education in Japan and focusing on student-centered science lessons in Japan. Okay. Yep. Okay. And this is today's topic. So first of all, I'd like to talk about the educational system in Japan briefly. And next, characteristics of science lessons in Japan and Japanese science learners. That means students, actually. So I'm focusing on lower secondary school here. And then I will show a short video as an example. I focusing on elementary school. And then finally, I will conclude by saying the importance of lesson study in Japan. Okay, so let's start from this. So this is a Japanese educational system. So I think this is very similar to Indonesian system. First, kindergarten here, and 6 years elementary primary school, and 3 years lower secondary school, and 3 years upper secondary schools, and 4 years university. Okay, and this elementary school and lower secondary school, these are compulsory education, 9 years. So if we want to go to upper secondary school and university, you have to take an examination, entrance examination. And that's very competitive in Japan. Okay, and if we want to be a teacher, basically you go to university and get a certificate of teaching. And at the last year of the university, you take an examination to be a teacher in the region where you want to be a teacher. Okay. And this shows annual standard school hours per subject. for primary school. So 1 school hour is 45 minutes in primary school. And then science starts from grade 3. So 9 hours in a year. And we have 35 school weeks. So you can divide this number by 35. And then you know the number of lessons in a week. So grade 3, 2.6 times in a week. From 4th grade, 3 times in a week. Okay. And let's see other subjects, arithmetic. This begins from grade 1, and then 4 times in a week, and 5 times in a week. So comparing with other subjects, we don't have many of science lessons. And this is for lower secondary school. Science, so grade 7, so 3 times. And from grade 8, 4 times. So, and if I compare with other subjects, the number is okay, I think. Right? Let's move on to the characteristics of science lessons in Japan. I will talk about this based on the paper, Japan's lower secondary school science practices and students' perceptions are Filipino science teachers' point of view. So this person, Lacorte, he was and he is a lower secondary school teacher in the Philippines and got an opportunity to study in Japan for 1 year and a half. So during the time, he visited the junior high school twice in a week for almost 6 months. So he observed many of science lessons there and conducted a questionnaire survey for 205 students of grade 7 to 9. Yeah, so I will show the characteristics based on this. This is good because I'm going to talk about this not from the perspective of Japanese people, but from outsiders, foreigners' perspective. So that should be similar to you, right? And then there is another good point, because if Japanese science education is very good, and if I say, yes, Japanese science teachers are good, Japanese students are great, we are great, if I say that, if Japanese say that, maybe you don't like that, you are not happy. So I don't say that, but this man, Lacorte, maybe he will say that, okay? So don't get angry. Okay, let's start. So first of all, teaching learning activities in science. We have many group experiment observation in science, and including group discussion, comparing with lecture style lesson. So students can actively work in science. That's one point. And according to Lacorte, there is a flow he found a flow of laboratory activities in science classes. So first one, pre-lab activities. So teachers show the topic, and then he can talk about something, and he asks something to the students about the topic. And then finally, teacher writes a procedure on the board and discusses it with students. And students copy the procedure into their science notebooks. And second one, lab activities. Students gather apparatus independently and set up the experiment by themselves. And teacher checks each group providing assistance when needed. And teacher monitors and reviews student results during the experiment. So teachers are working very hard during the experiment. They monitor, and then when students need assistance, help, so he support the activities. And after the experiment, post-lab discussions, the students discuss result within their groups. And after that, they clean their area and return to the classroom. So usually in the next day, post-laboratory activity, groups share result with the class and compare findings. And teachers provide a summary of the lesson. I think this is the general or basic flow of laboratory activities. And how students work in such science lessons. These are their answers. I can collaborate with my group mates. I am given enough time to think. I am given enough time to finish the activities. So the maximum is 5. So these are really high. So he said that, Lakota said, it can be viewed that in these well-structured classes, no time is wasted. The teacher need not quiet the class before it starts, nor constantly remind the student to focus on the activities during the class. So he said no time is wasted. Sometimes teacher use a stopwatch and then say like, you have 1 minute to discuss this, or you have 10 minutes to do this activity or for experiment, something like that. And then, so time management is good. So they can create a time for students to think or do something actively. Our teacher support in science. So student answers, my teacher adjusts his teaching based on our progress. So teachers usually teach same contents to several classes, but if they change the way of teaching based on the student's ability or student's interest, so students understand this. And my teacher helped me whenever I face difficulties. My teacher checks our notes, worksheet, quizzes, and homework on time. So these are really high, right? So students are happy. And that means teachers are very busy during the science lesson. So I think they're very kind. And teachers think that learning process is important. Don't just teach or explain something. So the process is important. So these things, I am given the opportunity to make inferences. I'm given the opportunity to make my own ideas based on the data from the experiment. These are really high. So they have the opportunity. On the other hand, so for example, I am able to design my own procedure for experiment. This number is not too bad, but comparing with other things, it's not high. And about other things, find my own problem to solve, propose my hypothesis, it's not too bad, but comparing with them, it's lower. So we can say, so teachers basically set the framework, like a procedure, problem to solve. They set the hypothesis. So they set this framework, and the students can work in this framework. So teachers bring them to the process and then you can work here. It's like students following the teacher's instructions, and then teachers move them to the next process, and then they follow the teacher's instruction, and then teachers bring them to the next process. So, students are very comfortable to go to the goal in an experiment, but it doesn't sound like authentic inquiry, right? So actually, students they feel that I'm forced to follow the procedure of the experiments. They are very comfortable with the experiments, so science lessons, and they like this. But also at the same time, they feel that. So I think this is Japanese science lessons. Okay. So how about ICT use in Japan in science? So 2 questions. I want to access internet sites to enrich my knowledge. I'm allowed to use devices, gadgets, such as laptops and tablets. These are low. This one is really low. So basically, now each student has a laptop, but basically they don't use them in a science class. More than they do practical activities like experiment more than this. Okay, let's move on to Japanese science learners. How about Japanese science students? So I found the lessons interesting. So they think science lessons are interesting, easy to understand. Then they actively participate in the lessons. These are really high. So I'm very happy with this. So maybe you think the Japanese Japanese students, they like science, right? Yeah, but according to the data, that's true. But I want to show this result. So Sageme and we conducted a survey for junior high school students in the same school. We asked them about ranking of science. If you like science the most, maybe you chose this. And then second one. So for example, mathematics, I like mathematics the best. And then next one, science, maybe you are here. And third, fourth. And then almost 10% most favorite, 10% second, 10% third, 10% and to 10th favorite. So there is a diversity. So our situation is like this, but we got these results. Yeah, I want to show my respect to our teachers. I think they are considering all level of students, not only higher level, but also the lower level of students. So many of the students think science are interesting, easy to understand. They actively participate, I think. Yeah. So that's great. And Lacorte, he said that students has self-regulations. So he identified 5 points. So number 1, routines and time. So teachers arrive in the classroom 5 minutes before class starts, and student leaders guide the class in starting and ending routines. Okay, I will show this later, but this is like greetings before the lesson and after the lesson. So they can change their minds. And high time awareness is observed as students And students monitor and record class performance. And 2, seeking assistance. Students actively seek help from teachers and classmates when needed. So I think students are a little bit too afraid of making mistakes. So they want answer, correct knowledge. But on the other hand, it means like they try to get answer, correct scientific knowledge or method. That's good point. And number 2, a collaborative learning environment fosters growth and support. So Lacote, he said in the Philippines, so it's really competitive. So if you want to get a good score, you have to kick out other people, other friends. So not like, it's not friendly, right? But Japanese people, they are very peaceful. They support, help each other. So then it fosters the development. So number 3, learning responsibility and self-correction. Students take ownership of their learning by reviewing mistakes and correcting errors after test. I thought this is normal, but he identified this is good. And number 2, they demonstrate a proactive and independent approach to their students. This must be related to these things, organization and memorization strategies. I will show some example of them in the next slide. So teachers often use worksheet and then distribute them to students, and students keep them in their folder, and then they can learn by going back to the worksheet. And flashcard, so they make by themselves, and then they study with this again and again. So this is a kind of memorization skills, so memorization strategy. And this red pen, pink pen, you can mark like this, and then if you cover with a green sheet, it becomes black. You cannot see this word. So you have to recall the scientific knowledge or terms, right? So you can use this and study important words, scientific words like this. And this is very interesting. And you can put this on the note. If you didn't understand, or if you didn't solve the problem, you can put this. But later, you come back to the problem question. And if you understand this or solve the problem, you can cut here. So question mark becomes this mark, right? So it looks like I got it, right? So it can be motivation for students. They want to cut this and then get it. They want to do that. So Japanese people, we have many kind of funny and interesting stationery like this, and they like that. And then they use this and they study by themselves. Okay, and then next, after school learning platforms. So do you know cram schools? So students study a subject at school, and after that, they have a free time. Many of them go to club activity, like a sports or music. And then after that, they go to after school learning platforms like cram schools, and then they study subject again. So in the school, 56.6% of students go to any of after-school learning platforms. And 72.4% of these students study science at any of after-school learning platforms. That means around 30 or 40% of students study science at after-school learning platforms. To be honest, I don't think this is great, but this is true. These after-school learning platforms, they support students' scores or students' ability. That's it. Okay, now let me show an example of Japanese science lessons. This is year 4 lesson, science lessons. The topic is air and water. So the teacher in this video, he is not the teacher at the school, so guest teacher. So he doesn't know the students, and the students don't know the teacher. So there is a kind of tension, right? What kind of teacher is he? They are worried about that. But the teacher, he is a very skilled teacher, and then gradually change the atmosphere. And he doesn't like, you have to do this, you have to do this. Then you can see that. Okay, let's start.
Hi, じゃあ始めましょう。日直さん、はい、始めます。
姿勢。これから始めます。で、始めましょう。
はい、それではね、せっかくみんなと一緒にこうやって1時間勉強できるので、ぜひね、楽しんでいった先生も楽しんでいきたいと思うので、みんなもそしたらね、まずね、ちょっとできるかなと。今からあるものを見せますからね、そのものを見てね、みんなはね、今日先生はみんなと何やりたいか、問題、これを考えてほしいんです。わかる？今から見せるからね、そのことを元にして問題作っておく。自分で問題できたらすごいです。ちょっとね、ストップホースが用意ドン、ストップ、これでちょっと時間計っている。で、ゼロ、向かって、ストップ、ゼロ、よし。ちょっと見ててくださいね。よく見てて。これ何リットル？え？2リットルね。いくぞ。これお水ですよ。用意。用意。スタート。13秒ぐらい。18秒。25秒85。問題が思い浮かんだ人は手を挙げなくてもいいから立ってきて。問題が思い浮かんだ人。今見たと思いついたら立って。思 思いついたら立って。じゃあさ、今立ってる人に聞くので、座ってると聞いて、ああ、そうだなと思ったら立っていいですか。座ってちょっと、はい、言って。
何かその何秒かでそれと何かを比べる。
何秒かでそれと何かを比べる。その比べる何かって何やろうね。
じゃあ1リットルのペットボトルで。
ああ、1リットルのペットボトルと比べる。どっちが早いと思う。
1リットル。
1リットルが早いと思う。はい。OK ですか。
水が落ちる、2リットルの水がなくなる速
Ini
さ
toknya lagi sampai merah, disini.
ちょっと待って。そこまで聞いたらみんな頭に思い浮かばんかった。先生は思い浮かんない。ある言葉です。ねえ、速さって言ったよね。わかる？イメージできる。ねえ、そうだよね。速さのこと言いたいんだよね。よし。で、最後もできるか。無理。よし、そのままで。はい。どうぞ。いや、君です。話ですね。
2リットルの水の速さと2リットルの水を振った時の振って出した時振りながら出した時の速さ
はあ、わかった。わかった。ちょっと今の意見はさらに次の段階のことが入ってるの分かった。もうね、予想が入ってる。分かった。分かった。振ったらいいって言ってるんですよ。振ったらいけそうなこと。振ったらいいんじゃないかな。早くなるかな。あ、おるね。はい。
その箱の中に入った水はその箱の中で何分？
最後が分からなかった。
その箱の中に入った水の量は、その箱の何分？
ああ、
何分の何分？
すごいね。
見
で、
え。
みんな。この今最初にやった25秒85、これよりも早く水出せる。今、何だっけ？振ったらいい。それ今のこうやって縦に振りしない？出しながら振る。他にある？はい。ああ、よし、OK。一度下ろして。じゃあね、今日の問題分かった？先生が何が言ってるか。分かった。25秒85よりもね、早く水の出す方法を考えてほしい。分かった。じゃあちょっとみんなで書く。自分で書いてみて。今先生が言った意味のことを書いてみてください。これね、先生が前に書いてるね、みんなの書いたこと全部一緒になっちゃうのでね、あんまり嬉しくない。言葉は違ってもちゃんと先生の意味が通じてたら言葉は違っても大丈夫だから書いてください。こういう時ね、短い言葉ではっきり伝わる、意味が伝わるように書くのが素晴らしい。じゃあ問題かけた人は立ってください。問題かけたいと立ってください。
Okay, thank you for the watching. So he didn't say like this is your goal, this is your procedure. So you have to follow this is my instruction. He didn't say that. Even he draws students' opinions, ideas, and then student wanted to say something, right? And even he said he asked them to write their question in their own way, right? So he give the opportunity or autonomy to the students to write something and also think something, right? So he's a great teacher, but he was not originally great teacher. He just developed himself again and again and again. So now he is great. So he has a lesson studies many times. So lesson study is very important in Japan. So it consists of mainly 3 parts. So first, study of teaching materials, and you can after that you can make a lesson plan and then conduct lesson demonstration. And then after that, you can review or reflect the lesson to improve the lesson or teaching skills. Okay, so this is lesson study. So this part, of course, you can read some books about the topic, but basically teachers already know the contents. So the point is like teachers appreciate its content. So, teachers know the knowledge, concepts, laws, but it doesn't mean I know how interesting science is. So you need time to appreciate its content. Oh, this is very interesting. Oh, that's great. No, if you got such kind of things, maybe you can develop a lesson based on that. And you can conduct a lesson. So you can show the teachers, and then they're observing the lesson and the students, right? And then after the lesson, they discuss the lesson, how students worked in the lesson. So, of course, this is not just to criticize the lesson. They reflect and discuss what happened and what was the goal. And through this discussion, the point is to develop educational philosophy. Yeah, this is important. Yeah, this is core of education. So the teacher or audience, they get something like that. Sometimes, basically, all teachers think student-centered education, that is important. But actually, the lessons sometimes not student-centered, but teacher-centered. So they can develop, so they can discuss, and then he or they teachers recognize or realize, this is core of student-centered learning. And then, so they can develop a little bit. And then do the lesson study again, and then develop again. So you can develop yourself by repeating this process, okay? And then not only the young teachers, but also the teachers with some long careers, they also conduct this lesson study. Of course, this style is very formal style. They invite the guests to the class and then discuss. And so you don't have to always invite them. You can study this and then create a lesson, and then carefully observed by himself, and then reflect your lesson. And then also you can develop yourself. Okay, So I said that not only young people, but elder teachers, they do that. So young people are looking at that. So, he is a great teacher, but he is still trying to develop himself. Oh, that's good. I want to be like that. I want to improve my teaching skills like him. So the point is we have this culture to develop ourselves or improve ourselves. So this is a good point in science education, not only science education, in education in Japan. Okay. So do you think in the lesson study, if you are here as a teacher, demonstrator, do you think it's fun, enjoyable, hard, tough? I don't think it's just fun. I think even hard or tough, right? But if you think this opportunity is great, I got the opportunity to develop myself. This opportunity becomes not just hard and tough, but great to him. Okay, and then maybe you can enjoy even a little bit of the lesson study and improve yourself or develop your teaching skills. And younger teachers are looking at that, and then the culture is developed more, and then the culture is going to the younger generation. So it takes a long time, but gradually your teaching skills and the student ability should be going up. Okay, so I want to say the importance of lesson study and also the culture to develop by ourselves. That's all. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Professor Yuko. Let we give applause for Professor Yuko. Yeah, you can click the icon. All right. Thank you, Professor Yuko. That's very interesting topic that you share with us. I think now we would like to discuss and share maybe some question and comment from our colleagues. All right. So who like to, if you would like to ask some question, and please raise your hands and you can ask in Indonesia and Bahasa. Maybe I will try to give some summary in Indonesia, in Bahasa Indonesia ya. Baik Bapak Ibu, sebelum kita uh, ke sesi tanya jawab, mungkin saya coba memberikan beberapa kesimpulan ya dari apa yang disampaikan oleh Profesor Yugo Oshima. Yang pertama bahwa pembelajaran sains itu di sekolah dasar mulainya itu di kelas 3 sekolah dasar ya. Dan untuk 1 jam pelajaran itu 35 menit, itu sama dengan Indonesia. Jadi secara garis besar pendidikan di Jepang itu hampir sama di Indonesia, 6 tahun di SD, 3 tahun di SMP, dan 3 tahun di SMA. Tadi ada salah satu guru di Filipina yang melakukan observasi selama 6 bulan ke Jepang ya, mengunjungi Jepang untuk melihat bagaimana pembelajaran sains di Jepang, dan itu berkolaborasi dengan Profesor Yugo. Nah, jadi pembelajaran sains di Jepang itu sangat utamanya itu memfokuskan pada aspek eksperimen atau uji percobaan ya, eksperimen sains, kemudian dengan diskusi kelompok. Jadi itu yang paling utama ya dalam pelaksanaan pembelajaran. Nah, rata-rata pembelajaran di Jepang itu diawali dengan yaitu dengan kegiatan pre-lab activities, yaitu persiapan ya, sebelum melaksanakan aktivitas di lab. Kemudian yang kedua adalah aktivitas di lab ya. Kemudian yang ketiga adalah diskusi setelah pelaksanaan post lab activity ya, post lab discussion ya. Setelah penggunaan lab kemudian mendiskusikan dan membersihkan dan lain sebagainya. Kemudian di hari kedua yaitu post laboratory activity yaitu mendiskusikan lebih lanjut ya. Jadi post lab tadi itu activity itu lebih fokus ke membersihkan berkas dari eksperimen. Kemudian dari banyak aspek itu yang paling utama untuk belajar sains itu adalah terkait dengan kolaborasi, kemudian manajemen waktu ya. Proses pembelajaran itu sangat penting ya dalam pembelajaran sains. Kemudian siswa tidak menggunakan laptop, not using laptop dalam pembelajaran sains ya sangat sedikit ya penggunaan laptop, dan motivasi itu siswa sangat tertarik ya, very interesting in science gitu, sangat tertarik dalam pembelajaran sains. Kemudian penggunaan worksheet itu dibuat bundelnya ya sampai diikat dan lain sebagainya. And from the after school, kegiatan setelah sekolah itu ada klub, ada sport olahraga, ada musik, tetapi ada juga 56% bahwa siswa itu memilih after schoolnya itu adalah kegiatan di platform like website ya, website yang nah 72%-nya itu adalah fokus kepada pembelajaran sains setelah di lab gitu. Kemudian tadi ada contoh aktivitas pembelajaran dari video itu terkait dengan udara dan air ya, terkait dengan kecepatan dan melalui komunikasi untuk penemuan konsep itu sangat penting, bukan gurunya saja yang memberikan jawaban ya, tetapi sangat utama adalah siswa untuk mengargumentasi dari contoh eksperimen yang dilakukan oleh gurunya. Nah, jadi guru itu sangat mengapresiasi ide-ide dari siswa melalui lesson study. Tadi kita bisa lihat bahwa itu waktunya sangat panjang, dan lesson study itu adalah tempat untuk para siswa, para guru-guru ya, untuk belajar, guru-guru muda untuk melihat, oh saya ingin melakukan seperti ini dan lain sebagainya. Itu lebih kurang summary dari saya. That's a summary ya. Now we move to question and answer ya. Please turn on your camera and you can ask question. Jadi Bapak Ibu boleh bertanya ya. Please raise your hand to ask some question. Not only what has been discussed by Professor Yugo, but also other things that you would like to know about Japan education, especially for science education ya. Jadi Bapak Ibu silakan boleh bertanya dalam bahasa Indonesia, English is okay ya, dalam bahasa Indonesia atau bahasa Inggris. Boleh bertanya tidak hanya dari topik yang disampaikan, tetapi juga hal-hal yang lain terkait dengan pendidikan di Jepang. Halo, ayo angkat tangannya ya. Ini nanti dari BGP mungkin prepare some present ya Bu. Bu Rizky yang bertanya. Biar semangat ini teman-temannya. Oke, the first one is Bu Eka Septrina. Ya, you can turn on your microphone, Bu Eka.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Detla. Hello, Mr. Yugo. Let me introduce myself. My name is Eka Satina. I'm an English teacher in Yudio High School, 42, Pekanbaru. Can you hear my voice?
Your microphone is still mute, Professor Yugo. Can you unmute your microphone?
Yeah. So, can you please say again?
Okay. Hello, Mr. Yugo. Let me introduce myself. My name is Eka Satrina. I'm a teacher in Yudio High School, 42, Pekanbaru, the capital of Riau Province. It's really nice explanation how science class flows in Japan. From your explanation, I got many insights, such as especially for me as a teacher. In the last explanation, you said that as a teacher if you want to be a good teacher and can teach the student well, as a teacher, we must always learn. We should learn, even though we know that we have known about the content of our subject, but as a good teacher, we never stop to learn. It's my point in your explanation. I'm really interested about science class in Japan. In your explanation, you said that in Japan, science is start from the third grade in elementary school. I want to know, in Indonesia, there is, we call a classroom teacher. So in elementary school is classroom teacher. It means that the teacher in elementary school is teach almost all subjects, such as mathematics, science, social science, Indonesian language, even though sport and etc. I want to know, in Japan, especially in elementary school, is the teacher who teach science is classroom teacher, or a teacher who has special skill in science? It's my first questions. The second question is, it's really nice to see how the student in Japan have much curiosity when the teacher give the trigger questions. So I want to know how this atmosphere, or how is this culture happen in a student in Japan. If I compare with Indonesian students, teacher in Indonesian should have hard strategy to make the student have the curiosity. So how in Japan student, what we call, make it as a culture. The curiosity is a culture. Okay, I think it's all. Thank you very much. Good afternoon. Okay.
Yeah, thank you for the question. So about the first question. So basically in Japan, so the classroom teachers teach all subjects. So teacher teach science, mathematics, PE, Japanese language, everything. Yeah, but now the teachers who teach only science, this system is getting to introduce in Japan. So the teacher teach just science. Yeah. So the problem is, so if you have to teach all subjects, you are too busy. Right? You have to prepare all lessons. And for example, if you have PE, so using your body after the lesson, you don't have time to clean the test tube, right? You just leave them and then go outside, right? You cannot, it's not easy. And also, if you teachers cannot prepare the lessons, you give the knowledge. You cannot deepen the student learning. Yeah. So in terms of that, we now think that we need a science teacher even in elementary school. Yeah. But on the other hand, if classroom teachers don't teach science, that means the teachers think, science is not really, I don't have to do science. I don't need science. No, this class doesn't need science. No, the classroom teachers decorate the class sometimes. They show seasonal things, or they show the many kinds of programs. But if the teacher is not interested in science, they don't put such kind of things, right? They don't show the scientific topic to the student. That is a point. That is a problem, a kind of problem. Yeah. So that is about the first point. And then second point, so curiosity. So how much teachers enjoy the content or perspective. I think that is the point. If you feel, oh, this is, it's nice, interesting, no, maybe you can create a lesson based on that. No, the lesson will be so students feel something, I think. Yeah, that's my opinion. Yeah, and then today, let me introduce, I have a guest here. So he's a junior high school teacher, and he's now studying here in the university as well. So he's a very good teacher, actually. So let me talk something. その子供たちが日本のその興味関心持つとかあるじゃないですか。どうしてそういうことやれるんだと。どういうふうな文化ってかにあるかみたいなところどうです。なんかあります？
実験は多い。
あるからね。So, how about in Indonesia? Do you have many experiments in science?
Actually, I'm an English teacher, so I'm not teach science. But I think that the flow how to teach science actually can be adopted in English teacher. If I take the point in teaching is what you said before, how the teacher interested with the content, and then what we call make a plan, some method that make the students have curiosity in the contents. So it's the point that I got from your explanation. Even though that I'm an English teacher, but I think that the point how to teach science can be adopted in English teaching.
So your question is how to make the teachers interested in science, or how to make students?
How to make the students. But from your explanation, I got the point. If we want to make our student curiosity with our content, the teacher itself must be curiosity first with the contents, and make a plan how to make the content become fun, enjoyable, make the student want to know more about the contents. It's the point that I got from your explanation.
I see. Yeah. So, so teachers know the knowledge or concepts a lot, but actually, they just remember or memorize them, majority of them, right? So they don't have enough opportunities to conduct an experiment actively by themselves, So even the experiments on the textbook, if you do that, maybe you can enjoy that. So for example, the students, a university student in Faculty of Science, actually he has many knowledge, a lot of knowledge, but I give the opportunity for him to do the very simple experiments, like just cut a potato and then you put the isodine, liquid, and then it becomes, the color becomes purple, right? So so the color just changed. We know that, but when he saw that, he was, he felt, oh, it's beautiful, Very simple, easy. Everybody know that. But he something touched him, right? Yeah. So we can don't worry too much. We can just enjoy the experiment. Try to enjoy, and then consider how to convey that to the students. The next, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
So
there is
experiment.
there is no clear method to develop a nice lesson. That is the point. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Professor Hugo. Yeah. And Bu Eka, maybe someone or so others would like to ask question.
Yeah, can I have a question, please?
Oh yeah, Bu
Jubilante.
Jubelente. Yeah, times now.
Yes. Uh, Good afternoon, Professor Yuga. Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I would like to ask about study lesson. You mentioned about study lessons in teachers in Japan, so it improved the ability of the teachers there. We have this similar program. We call it Komunitas Belajar, and I think it has the same effect at the study lesson in Japan. So my question is it based on the study material, or maybe the teachers, maybe for only teachers in elementary school or high school? Is it divided by that, or maybe just science teachers, or maybe in global? That's my questions. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for the question. So your question is which school level of
Yes.
conduct? Yeah, basically all level of student teachers. They
Yeah. Okay.
but to be honest, high school teachers they
Mhm.
don't conduct a lesson study.
Oh.
Yeah, they have less opportunities than
Oh.
other level.
How come?
Elementary school teachers, junior high school teachers, they have more opportunities.
How come that the high school teacher has least opportunity than the middle or maybe junior high school student teacher?
Yeah, so junior high, so 6 years primary or elementary school, and then lower secondary, that we call junior high school. Yeah, they have
Okay.
the lesson study, but the
Mhm.
senior high school,
Mhm.
so they don't have enough opportunity. No.
Mhm.
Mm.
So it's very interested about that.
Yeah. So I think they should have, the senior high school teachers should have, but
Yeah.
they said, no, I don't need that. They said that. Yeah, I say they need to improve their lesson, I think.
Yeah. I agree too. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, thank you, Bu Jubelenti. Yeah, I think because also the like senior high school mostly focus on the like content and learning for
Mhm.
preparing for university for the like the awareness to learn about a subject I think higher than lower and primary school. How
Oh
maybe
yeah.
you can elaborate about that in Japan, Professor Yugo?
Yes, yeah, that's in Japan. So no, both are important, the number of knowledge or difficult knowledge, they are important. But in the school, we should encourage more learning deeply. Yeah, so we are, yeah, actually, it's not easy. So as I told you, that this is a culture. So we have to change the culture a little bit. The culture.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. And thank you, Bu Jubelenti. Now we move to the next question. To the next person who like to ask question, Pak Andika
Okay.
from BGP. Yeah. Okay.
Good afternoon, Prof.
Good
My
afternoon.
name is Andika. I'm from BGP Riau, Riau Province, Indonesia. I would like to ask about, we know that Japan as a country with the high-tech technology than Indonesia. So I think about the future lessons, we have to adapt with artificial intelligence. So my question is, how Japan's adapt with artificial intelligence? Is it the artificial intelligence implement from kindergarten or other level, and how to make the lesson with artificial intelligence to be learning that become joyful and meaningful. That's all. Thank you, Prof.
Yeah, thank you for your question. Yeah, so actually, when foreign people come to Japanese lessons, they are surprised because in Japan we don't use ICT so much. Oh, I saw Japan is technological country, but you don't use that. Just chalk and blackboard sometimes. But we had a corona pandemic, and then now each student has a laptop, and then they can use that. So now the schools are getting familiar with using ICT in science as well. That's a good point. But you said artificial intelligence, AI, right? So
Yes.
ICT and AI, these are different, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So in my opinion, we don't consider AI era for compulsory education yet. But our government now develop faculty of data science in university. Yeah, so they want to develop data scientists at university levels.
Okay.
So they say something about the AI. So AI era is coming soon, but actually at the school level, we don't have such kind of contents yet.
And do you have advice for Indonesia how to we can adapt a new technology for our education, because we know that Japan is more advanced in technology. How about that, Prof?
Yeah. So technology, I think you can just receive that. That's okay. But as an education perspective, we need the people who create such kind of technology, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So that thing is really important but difficult, right? Yeah. If we consider AI or future education, we can just consider the basic things, how we encourage students to think deeply. This is not AI, this is not ICT. We don't have to use that, but we just focus on that. And if students enjoy thinking or examining something, the detail, maybe they they can create such kind of future technology, and then teachers' work is like that. That is my opinion.
Yeah, so from your point of view that I think a traditional way is still good for the education purpose, yeah, Professor.
Yeah. Of course, I don't say new things is bad. We can use that. Yeah, but we can focus on the basic, just important things.
Okay, Prof. Thank you for your opinion and advice, and we also glad that we can meet this webinar, and maybe also that we can meet again in another occasion. Thank you very much, Dr.
Sama-sama.
Okay, thank you, Pak Andika.
Yeah.
We still have 10 minutes before we move to the closing ceremony. Still have time ya for some of you would like to ask questions. Bapak Ibu yang ingin bertanya silakan. Bapak Ibu juga boleh bertanya dalam bahasa Indonesia ya. Tidak harus dalam bahasa Inggris ya. You can also ask in Indonesian if you get difficulties to ask in English. And I would like to inform you ya, to get the certificate, untuk mendapatkan sertifikat, silakan Bapak Ibu registrasi di PMM. Don't forget to fill the pre-test and then post-test and then attendance list. Oke, masih adakah yang mau bertanya? Ini Bapak Ibu masih ada waktu ya untuk kita bertanya kepada Prof. Hugo. We still have 10 minutes to ask some questions to Prof. Hugo. Maybe also can share your experience ya as a teacher or maybe as a parent as well regarding of teaching science ya. Dalam mengajarkan sains in elementary, junior high school, and senior high school. Yeah, I would like to maybe say something about my experience as a parent, yeah, from one of my daughters in 4th grade at elementary school. Actually, she told me that right now science is the hardest subject for her to learn, and long time ago, like before, she said that math could be the hardest one, but now she moved to science, the hardest point. I realized that the situation in Indonesia, and only a few teachers like let's say do experiment with the kids. First, also regarding the laboratorium, that not all the school has a sufficient tools or maybe like equipments to conduct the experiments. And so that's very challenging for us. And most teachers just rely on the textbook and let the teacher like read. Last time, like my daughters like learn about force or energy, or learn about magnets, and and sometimes I need to support her to try to conduct like a small experiment at home. And that's the situation actually in Indonesia in most school I saw. And also like my experience when I observed some of my teacher candidates who conducted the like what we call practice at school, the get difficulty to teach science. That's that we find right now. And also Bapak Ibu, ada lagi yang mau bertanya ini? Bu Elina, Bu Rades. Okay, maybe if nobody would like to ask, and maybe I can ask. Oh yeah, we have a Bu Ismawati from Kepulauan Meranti. Ya Bu, you can ask question Bu Isma. Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Ohayo gozaimasu. Ismawati desu, Isma oyonde kudasai, dozo yoroshiku. Terima kasih kesempatan yang luar biasa. Terima kasih Bapak Getra. Izin, saya mungkin bertanya dalam bahasa Indonesia, mohon dibantu Bapak.
Oke.
Saya adalah guru bimbingan dan konseling Pak. Dalam pelayanan sehari-hari di SMP. Jadi mungkin kepada Prof saya ingin bertanya bagaimana sekarang perkembangan bimbingan dan konseling khususnya mungkin terkait dengan dunia pendidikan di Jepang sekarang. Mungkin karena kita melihat pentingnya attitude, pentingnya sikap dibina, walaupun mungkin di Jepang tidak terlalu fokus pada AI-nya tadi saya dengar, tapi tentu karakter menjadi hal yang utama. Mungkin itu, Pak. Terima kasih. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay. Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, let me
Arigato.
try to translate into English. So Bu Ismawati is a guidance and counseling teachers. So she would like to know about especially about the guidance and then counseling teachers in Japan, as well as a moral is a very important. And also, like we know that Japan not really rely on the technology, especially AI in learning, but still should consider about morals and attitudes. And how do the teachers deal with that condition and situation, especially with the deployment of technology right now?
Okay, the point is about the moral or attitude, right?
Yeah.
So basically, these parents should teach such kind of things, from when they are almost like a babies. They teach. Parents should teach such kind of things, or not only teach. Teachers show, their moral or attitude. That's important. And then if I talk about the science education, so, for example, we have the rules. So like when we conduct experiments, we have to stand up, and then you can, clean the on table, and then you can move the chairs, or when someone is talking, you have to stop things, or if someone, you have to change your direction of the body to the people talking. We have such kind of rules. And also, so as I explained in the presentation, students basically take an apparatus from the cupboard by themselves, and they return. This is also the activity. They are studying such kind of things. Yeah. なんかそういうモラルとかそういう態度とかっていうところなんかある。So, yeah, I'm now asking him.
なんか理科だけじゃないでしょ。なんか体育といろんなものが、なんかやっぱり片付けるとか、あるの。
Right. Yeah, so now he said that, not only in science, but also in other subjects as well. So, and also school lunch, students prepare the lunch to everyone. And after the lesson, after the school, students clean the classrooms by themselves. These are also the activities, so relating to the moral or attitude. Yeah.
Okay, Prof. Hugo. Let me try to elaborate in Indonesia to Bu. I just forgot her. Ya, jadi memang tanggung jawab pendidikan moral itu dari keluarga ya pertama ya. Tetapi di sekolah, misalnya di pembelajaran sains, itu juga anak-anak diajarkan ya untuk kegiatan-kegiatan seperti itu. Misalnya saja ketika berbicara dengan teman, maka dia harus berhadapan dan melihat teman yang berbicara gitu. Kemudian juga mengambil barang-barang dan mengembalikannya ke tempat yang telah diambil. Jadi itu benar-benar diajarkan. Dan sebenarnya di Indonesia di TK sangat diajarkan ya. Mungkin di SMP dan kita sudah mulai kurang gitu. Tapi di sana memang dibangun dari kecil gitu, dari keluarga, kemudian dari sekolah, kemudian dari walaupun itu guru sains juga mengajarkan seperti itu untuk anak-anak. Dan juga dalam menyiapkan makanan misalnya. Itu anak-anak yang menyiapkan makanan untuk teman-temannya dan juga untuk membersihkan kelas setelah belajar dan lain sebagainya itu dilakukan oleh siswa. Jadi siswa itu memang sudah dibangun rasa tanggung jawab dan dari kecil atau semenjak dari sekolah dasar. Actually, there's another one regarding the counseling and guidance teachers. Do you have it in at school? And then how, I mean, what is the role of them as teachers? I mean, guidance and counseling teachers. And what are the roles of the teacher at your school? Do you have it at school? Counseling teachers, guidance and counseling teacher?
So they are usually outside the school?
No, at school, because in Indonesia, mostly, especially in junior high school, they have like one or two counseling teacher or guidance teacher when we have like some student have a problem, and sometimes they need to discuss support from the guidance and counseling teachers in mostly in junior high school. And do you have it in Japan, such teachers?
相談員っていうか、そういうのはどうですか？あんまりです。Yeah. Not all schools have such kind of teachers. So that means the student who have a problem, in like some
Like fighting or
Yeah,
taking smoking or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, not all schools. Some school, only some school, have such kind of consultation teacher. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's mean like all the problems solved by the classroom teacher or maybe subject teachers in Japan.
Yes, basically classroom teachers, and then they can also work together with the same grade teacher. I mean or sometimes they ask to the principals or vice principals sometimes. Yeah. Now we said that team teacher. This concept is very important. Not individual teacher doesn't no. We are team, so we can work together. This is a concept right now.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, maybe also in maybe like senior high school, you have like counseling teacher, because maybe like many high school student in Japan, we know on the news something like very hard time when they would like to enter the university. Do you have like counseling teachers or something like that?
I don't think high schools have such kind of teachers. They are, that's true, up under pressure of going to university, but maybe Korean or China, they have more high pressure about that.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Okay, all right. Okay, I still give one more if someone would like to ask question. Maybe it's a final chance for you to ask question to Prof. Hugo. Okay, I think no more questions from our participants, from the teachers. And well, maybe you would like to say final remark before we move to the closing session, Prof. Hugo, for the webinar today. Time is yours.
Okay, from me. Yeah, so no, maybe teachers want a clear teaching method, to make students interested, or happier. But there's no clear road. But there is a road for teachers. This is really tough. But if you want to, you can enjoy that. If you think that is a great opportunity to develop yourself, and then that is tough. But if you feel that is you are happy, maybe your students will be happy, with your lessons. And then my university is in Chiba. That is just next to Tokyo. It takes 30 minutes by train. And there are 2 international airports around us. So you can access to Chiba University. And I can come to your school maybe easily.
Okay.
Yeah, I hope, yeah, this opportunity is great. So I hope we can work, together. Thank you so much. Terima kasih banyak.
Thank you, Prof. Yugo. Let we give applause to Prof. Yugo ya. Jadi Bapak Ibu tadi diinfokan kalau mau mau ke Chiba University itu tinggal pesan pesan tiket pesawat ke Jepang itu tidak mahal ya, dari Pekanbaru cuma kurang dari 6-7 juta lah ya PP. Itu ada 2 airport yang di Tokyo dan 1 jam dari Tokyo. 1 hour from Tokyo airport, from Tokyo ya, it's very close. And also Yugo probably also would like to come to Indonesia, especially to Pekanbaru ya. And maybe we will prepare invitation letters to Prof. Yugo next year. We can arrange some activity together because last month we have a guest also from Japan and came to Rio University and also to Riau to BGP, and we organize a workshop seminar directly offline. Okay, all right. Before we close, let everyone turn on again camera because maybe some of you do not take a picture before ya. Silakan Bapak Ibu diaktifkan lagi kameranya. Mungkin tadi yang baru datang telat belum sempat diambil fotonya. Mohon kesediaan dari Bapak Panitia BGP untuk berkenan mengambil screenshotnya ya. Mohon diaktifkan kameranya Bapak Ibu. Kita coba count dari 1, 2, 3 ya. 1, 2, 3. Screen 1 and then move to screen 2. 1, 2, 3. Move to screen 3. Oh, screen 3 masih belum hadir ya wajah-wajahnya. Kemudian screen 4. Screen 5. Oke. Oke, right. Alright, okay. Thank you, Prof. Yugo, and also from the BGP, I will close this session, for our webinar today. First, we thank to special guest Prof. Yugo from Chiba University for joining us for 2 hours, for this webinar. And also to all participant teachers from kindergarten to senior high school, not only in Riau but also in others province, maybe also from Sulawesi as well as Sulawesi, and also from Java and etc. I do hope we can learn about lesson study and about science, teaching and learning in Japan, and also other thing about Japan. And also Japan is quite a close relationship with Indonesia. And also we hope that we can build a future collaboration with Japan, and in order to improve science learning in school, from primary to senior and junior high school. I think thank you. Thank you, Prof. Yugo again. And that's all from me. And I close with wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Arigato
Terima kasih.
gozaimasu.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Arigato.
Mr.
Terima kasih.
Yugo.
Arigato. Thank you.
Next.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you everyone ya. Arigato
Arigato
gozaimasu.
sensei.
Selamat. Terima kasih Bapak. Arigato. Juga sama.
Mohon izin live semuanya.
Boleh Bapak
Terima
Ibu.
kasih
Silakan.
Bapak.
Arigato.
Iya toh.
Terima kasih Bapak Moderator. Terima kasih
Ya,
Pak
sama-sama Ibu.
Moderator.
Hai. Okay, Prof. Yugo, it's okay. I email you later on to maybe discuss and speak something about research and others things. I think you met Prof. Neni last time when she visited Chiba.
Sorry?
Prof. Neni Hermita. Last did you meet Prof. Neni Hermita last time when
Yeah.
she visited Japan? Yeah, she is my colleague. We are in the same department in elementary education, but I focus on mathematics education. Yeah, yeah. Mostly I know some professor of mathematics education there. Yeah, ya
Halo
sama-sama.
Pak, izin bertanya boleh Pak?
Silakan Ibu.
Untuk link absennya itu kan sudah saya klik Pak.
Thank you, Bapak.
Itu masuknya ke bagian mananya lagi ya Pak ya?
Oke, oke, bentar kita izin dulu. If you can leave this Zoom from Hugo, if you would like to. If you would like to, you can leave this Zoom because the meeting has already done. Yeah.
After
Because maybe some friends would like to ask question in bahasa Indonesia.
Okay, it was nice to see you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Oke. Jika ada pertanyaan nanti bisa ditanya ke Ibu Ratna ya Ibu. Soalnya saya bukan dari saya dari ini moderatornya bukan dari guru penggerak. Jadi untuk pertanyaan nanti bisa tanya Bu Ratna atau yang lainnya. Oke. Izin ya. Silakan yang mau tanya boleh langsung nanti tanya Bu Ratna atau yang bertanggung jawab tidak.
Link absennya Pak, itu kan sudah dikirim, tapi saya pribadi bingung ini yang mana satu untuk daftar hadirnya gitu, bagian mananya yang harus diklik di dalam link tersebut gitu.
Izin Pak Zitra dan Bapak Ibu, izin Bapak Ibu terkait dengan absen, ini mungkin panitianya bisa bantu juga ya, Nadira ada di sini. Ibu daftarnya kan lewat webinar IKM. Jadi di webinar IKM itu ada post-test, pretest, dan juga ada presensi. Jadi nanti Ibu ngambil yang di situ Bu, di web di link registrasi kurikulum gtk.kemdikbud.go.id.
Di link juga bisa Bu, yang di link dikirim di chat itu juga bisa diklik, kemudian klik aja daftar atau masuk. Kalau misalkan nggak ngerti bahasanya, ditranslate aja ke bahasa Indonesia, ada dia. Di situ data-data kita dimintanya. Tinggal gitu aja, Bu. Udah coba tadi bisa.
Oh, oke Bu. Berarti kita masuk ya?
Iya,
masuk dulu ya Bu. Oke
isi
Bu ya.
data kita.
Saya
Kemudian
belum masuk tadi, makanya bingung. Oke, makasih banyak Bu infonya.
Ya, oke, sama-sama.
Izin bertanya Bu. Halo Bu, izin bertanya bisa?
Ya, silakan Ibu mau bertanya.
Ini sudah masuk link presensi. Our principles, our principals asked me to follow this webinar. Yeah. Jadi guru matematika pakai rumus, oke? Sinus